everybody, and welcome to Live with Cheryl. I hope you're doing well as you get ready for holiday season. This is going to be another short Live with Cheryl because it's a busy time of year, y'all. But thank you for joining. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, welcome as we're wrapping up 2024. Gonna wrap up with a whole lot of good content. If you haven't checked out the show before, I am Cheryl. I am a writer, researcher, mom, musician, singer, speaker. I am all kinds of different things, actor, and I like to update you on those things. I like to have other creative people and people who like to do a lot of things on the show sometimes to speak about what they're doing and like to have a little fun encouraging all of us to do our doings by being healthy and looking out for each other. So we are going to get to a abbreviated but hopefully inspiring still and fun version of Live with Cheryl by going to one of our common segments, updates as I create. So there's been a lot since we've been spacing out these Live with Cheryls to be about once a month lately. There's been a bunch of things that I've been doing, and I want to share a lot of them with you. As usual, when I get around to sharing links from things, I will put those up in social media, but I haven't been updating those things because I've been super, super, super busy. So, as I mentioned, I'm a speaker and I have been getting educated about the latest and greatest things that us speakers can do when combining music and other art forms with our speaking. So I have soft launched my keynote speaking series and I will be available for doing that in 2025, but I'm also developing marketing materials before I do a bigger push in early 2025 around that. So y'all have already heard that I've launched the website for that. I'll probably get a bit of a dedicated website for that, but that's ongoing and I'm learning lots of good things. And I do want to put a link up to the place where I'm getting more of the latest, greatest tips from other speakers who combine speaking with non traditional things, different art forms. So, Tiamo is the gentleman who's been sharing and creating a little bit of a community about that. I've gotten a lot of good tips from his trainings so far, and I want to put that link up. But I will share that just to say I was on a call today with community around that, and I thought, there are a lot of like minded people here. And I'm finding inspiration and encouragement and a lot of good tips and generosity of spirit. I looked up in this. So I want y'all to know about him and the community he's creating around that. Good place to find speakers if you're interested. I'm one of those folks who's part of that community, but there are other folks if you think you might find some other people who do like different styles of music or different things. So, good community of folks there. So, that's one thing I'm doing. I've been with research kind of brain, still involved with training AI models in all kinds of different ways. And I tell you, it's an interesting thing, but I get to dust off my science brain and my math brain. And it's a lot of fun for me, but it's also, I think, teachers and folks who try to break things down for others would enjoy this kind of thing because the way I'm seeing the training of AI models going, it looks a lot like just stepping a thinker through different ways to approach complex development of your conceptual knowledge or problem solving skills. Anyway, it's interesting to me. We could geek out. I think there are lots of people and companies who probably need people who have math and science expertise and other expertise, though, especially different languages as people develop AI models out there. Not sure how comfortable we all feel with the prevalence of AI throughout a bunch of industries, but here we are. And at least if we're going to have AI, let's make sure it's doing what we want it to do and train it up right. And you might be able to make some side money doing it. I have. So if you're interested in that, I have one company that I work for, but I've also applied, and I guess I'm having my resume looked at by some other companies as well. So I can share with you what it's been like. I haven't really gotten into using a lot of AI around acting or anything like that. And especially with music, I've already been told that in the industry right now, when it comes to AI, because I went to a music conference that I go to often, it's not something that for film and TV licensing, for instance, people are ready for you to incorporate into the music that you're putting out. So it might be useful for you if you're doing something to help you as a songwriter create something, but when you want to get that final product out for film and TV licensing, no go. So things are in their infancy in some places about really scaling up use of AI for regular business practices, but I think a lot of us can play around with it and certainly save some steps in some creative processes and some other businesses, even if we can't put AI products directly into final products that we put out. We talked about it before on the show. So you could look at some earlier episodes if you want to go into more detail. But I've been enjoying that. Let's see. Big stuff with acting. I've been working on a 3-book project that I mentioned, and yay! The first book is already out and available on Audible. So for people who have Audible memberships, I'm not sure if y'all normally do that. I think a lot of people do. It's very popular. But I will be able to now share my screen and share with you all the first of 3 books. Now, this is for adults and it's for people who are interested in like sci-fi, romance, but there's lots of like heady, interesting, and sometimes violent and sometimes really emotionally gut-wrenching components to it. So definitely not for all ages. But let me share my screen so y'all can check it out. This is the first book of 3, and I think now you can see this, Hachi and Arain Awake. So this is Michael G. Hurston. He's been a dream to work with. Great. Shout out Michael if you're listening. Great author in terms of really knowing what he's trying to do here, understanding the world building he's doing. And for people who love the Warframe community, he was playing around with these ideas as like fan fiction and then developed it more and got his own thing going on. So you might see some things you're interested in if you happen to like to play Warframe. And I've voiced Nora Knight in Warframe, but I've voiced very different characters in this. But it's still a fun world to play in. So I hope y'all check that out. Let me know what you think. Leave a review on there if you check it out more fully. But book 1 is done. I'm almost done sending to Michael most of book 2, and then book 3 will be out later on. So lots to enjoy if you enjoy sci-fi, but also relationships behind these landscapes. I think a lot of times we are seeing that in genre work, that you get the things you're interested in with sci-fi, different worlds, and tackling our own social issues through a different landscape via creatures and species and humanoids that we don't actually have. But you also get real time with characters. And I think a lot of us like that. We go to stories to think about connections with other people. So there's lots of that. But like I said, disclaimer, trigger warning, there's violence, there's mention of all kinds of things. So please do check out the books and check out the audiobooks, but be warned, I've been enjoying it. It's put me through the ringer, y'all. The ups and downs, this and that. Then this one comes in, and then that one goes away. Check it out. Let me know what you think if you do check it out. I'm just very proud of that work, and that is available now on Audible. So it's been a while since I think I've had something that was fiction on Audible. I know I had in I think the earlier part of this year a couple nonfiction titles that I voiced that came out. So check those out as well. But that is available. Let me stop sharing my screen now. Okay, so there's that. So as far as acting goes, that's been, I think I've been really proud of and really busy with. Thanks, Michael. For music, I was a little bit sick recently, but I'm back into singing, and so I can get back to my songwriting because I had a lot of inspiration from the music conference I went to, Taxis Road Rally in LA. Good community of folks talking about film and TV licensing. So I was glad to go there in November and then came back and then got sick. So switched to other things now. Voice is recovered, and now I'm excited to be playing around with my range, playing around with all kinds of different warm ups and extending my instrument. So excited about music to come. And with writing, I've been pitching my writing and getting feedback. So I choose some of the contests I enter with screenwriting so that I get feedback as a part of my entrance fee. And I got some feedback from Blue Cat's screenplay contest, and I've entered them in the past. So the most recent piece that I have, this really experimental kind of piece that has erotic themes and then also this improvisational base, it's really fun. I wrote that up and I sent that out, and I've gotten some really helpful insights on it. And so type, and now I've sent out for different opportunities. I think for maybe an incubator for something that was. I think I sent that out for a sample for Anarchists United kind of support. They have this really cool thing for people who write features, but they also, I think, have something upcoming for people who write TV. I want to share that with y'all. So, part of what I want to do on Live with Cheryl is share good tips. So, I sent my most recent piece, Free Play Rhythm, as a part of the package to apply for an incubator support from this one organization. And I want to get it for y'all because I think they have a TV writers, it's anarchistunited.org. Check it out. And they have, I mean, anarchists, I know there could be a connotation there, but check out what they're trying to support. I think a lot of people might find it to be something that they want to be a part of. But the deadline passed for some of their programs, but I think in early January or so, they have something for TV writers. But check out anarchistunited.org. So they support people in all kinds of different types of writing and different stages with the writing, screenwriting. And I think they also might have some supports for not just screenwriters, but also maybe directors. Check them out. I learned about them through some of the sites I've been going to normally that I talk about here, but I also went to a program from Humanitas. They have their Industry 101 series, and I was learning about lots of different things in the screenwriting industry and filmmaking industry and TV industry through their series. And most recently, they had a series about different prizes and fellowships and things coming up. And what's interesting is things change over time. Like what kind of eligibility things are supporting, like who they're open to, and for instance, do they have everything structured for being virtual for most of their supports? I was pleasantly surprised when I went to the Humanitas series recently. They're going to restart their series. They have some sponsorship to keep going with it. I think the thing for them, if you don't find out when it is and sign up to check out their webinar, they don't actually offer recordings of it later. So they do want you to go and participate. And it's usually worth it. I've learned some things. And oh my goodness, this last one was super well moderated. They just packed in so many questions for people who were interested in applying for these different prizes. And I did learn about one, I think was associated with Lena Waithe. I think she has a HillmanGrad.com foundation. And again, I'm looking to go toward one of their mentorship labs, but there are some other things. So a lot of these screenwriting supports, I think, not just for writers, but maybe some are for writers who are also directors. And so anyway, check that out, HillmanGrad.com, and see what's there if you're a screenwriter, if you're a screenwriter director. And I will try to get around to sharing these links, but I'm a busy bee. And so sometimes I just say it to you here, and definitely feel free to ask me about what I learned from the Humanitas 101 industry series, though, because I'd be willing to share. I took some notes, be willing to share some of the things that I learned, even though I think y'all would probably pull different things if you actually do have a chance to listen, because I'm making notes for some of the projects I'm most interested in, of course. But happy to share and talk and pass along what I do know. So, writing, music, acting, research, in terms of science brain. Of course, here with Live with Cheryl, lots of good things going on. I want y'all to know the next Live with Cheryl is going to be about a month from now, giving myself a chance to dig into some of the keynote launching and wrap up some of the material from Michael, get some of these other books out into the world. So, going to give us a chance to rejoin each other and say hello January 16th. So, third Thursday at 8:30 p.m., which is a better time for me right now. So, I'm sticking with that 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. And I also wanted to know, as far as other things going on besides this show, y'all may know I have special exclusive content for my patrons. Thank you, patrons out there. Thank you, supporters, on patreon.com. So if you go there /Cheryl Mebane, I will have my holiday kind of special programming, and I'm gonna figure out exactly what I'm gonna put into that in the next couple days, because being sick, I couldn't do as much gearing up for it. But once my voice came back, I was getting inspired by a lot of different holiday songs. Everybody's getting in the holiday mood. Get your Christmas songs, about to celebrate Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you got going on, winter solstice, whatever. It's the time. So I've been feeling that spirit. We went, had a little vacation time as a family. Thanks, family, for supporting us and having that vacation time. thanks. And got to listen to more stuff and bake Christmas cookies already a week early. So, but that let me listen to some different things. I'm probably going to end up sharing slightly different music that I'm going to sing, probably do some holiday related music, and also some of the recent originals that I've been doing. Y'all probably hear a different version of that, and maybe even some reading of some "Twas the Night Before Christmas." Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. But the doings will be over there, and then once that's all wrapped up, I'll probably share little segments, little snippets back here on the next live with Cheryl, so y'all can check it out. But you want to get the full exclusive, then join there at one of the top two tiers on Patreon. And there's either a live show that has, well, no, well, there's a live recorded. I sometimes will stream it live, but a lot of times I can do a better quality in terms of your picture quality if I don't have to stream it live. But there is either an improvisational show or a reaction show to some of the things that inspire me that I'm watching on film and TV, or there's a concert or some kind of performance. So that's what happens each month, one of those things, and we cycle through those on Patreon for patrons every quarter, cycle through. So doings are going on over there. And I think that brings us to, in this sped up, breakneck speed live with Cheryl, the health trivia component. As I mentioned, I had been sick recently. It happens to the best of us. But I wanted to get to share with you a bit of trivia related to how we can try to keep ourselves well. So I know a lot of y'all out there this time of year might be dealing with not just the hustle and bustle of the holidays. Bless us. Can we take a breath and get through all that? Try to enjoy and not be overwhelmed, hopefully. But also sometimes we're dealing with colds and flus. So let me ask you a question out there. What do you think is the best protection against getting the flu? So we're dealing with colds, we got to try to avoid COVID, we got to try to avoid the flu, we got to try to avoid. What's the best protection for, best protection against getting the flu? So let's even prevent it. What's the best way to do it? Sleep, vaccines, which one do you think? They both sound good to me. I'll let y'all listen to a little bit of the Live with Cheryl theme song and see if I can get anyone out there to tell me what y'all think. Get some ideas going. Here we go. Hopefully you can hear that music. Turn it up. We have a suggestion here. I will share with y'all. And somebody is suggesting a whole option C, and they're saying the very best protection against getting the flu, in their opinion, is an N95 mask. Now, see, that's not a bad suggestion, but I do, I do want to get to thank you, Tim, for making that suggestion. Because seriously, there's so many things that we can do to prevent the spread of these things that often plague us this time of year. But I do want to give you a chance to select from the two. I do appreciate that selection. I do actually want to validate that, Tim. I do. I thank you. But can somebody out there, anybody out there, want to actually choose from the actual selections? Because Tim is just enhancing the quality of education and inspiration that we have on the show by giving you an additional suggestion here. So you get even more. But I'm going to give y'all a chance to select from what is out there if anybody wants to do so. I think N95 mask, I think truly that's a very positive thing to do. But I think a lot of public health professionals out there, hello, would probably be very interested in us emphasizing not only that, but also, do you want me to say it? Does anybody want to give it to me? I'll go ahead and give it to y'all. Oh, no, it's in the chat. Okay. A, sleep. Okay, Tim, listen, I appreciate that you're trying to validate all sorts of approaches here. And sleep is a very good thing. I participate your I participate. I appreciate your participation. I need more sleep. But let me go ahead and share with you that while sleep is good and while an N95 mask is very helpful, according to a very reputable resource that I'm going to pull up right now. In fact, vaccination is the best protection against getting the flu. Take it up with NIH, Tim. I'm just trying to share the things that can help people, and certainly N95 masks can help, and certainly getting some sleep helps overall. And I think we talked about rest and trying to unwind, and there's so many benefits to that. But don't forget, get vaccinated. There's so many things out there that can take a lot of time away from our celebrations and our work lives and us being able to give back and help each other. So definitely vaccination. What you can do, try to find out who's giving the updated vaccines. A lot of us have to do it for our work. I know when I'm going over to do standardized patient stuff and working over at the medical schools as an actor who portrays cases so people can train who are health professionals, that is a thing that is required for us to be working over there. Hey, y'all. Let me go ahead and move this on. But Tim, you were participating so much. Let me say to you, do you want to have a chance, because you participate so much, to choose between Take It All or our theme song? Do you want to hear Take It All or our theme song? Now you didn't quite get what the NIH was suggesting as the correct answer, but you participate so much. You're going to get a participation prize. Let me know if you want to hear Take It All as we wrap up and say goodnight, or if you want to hear our theme song. Thank you for participating, Tim. Thank you, others out there. And look, every way that we can, let's try to be healthy, help each other out, reach out. Happy holidays. Look out for each other and try not to stress out. Oh my goodness, there's so many things going on that we can be doing. You want to hear Take It All? Let's try to take it all. Take all the good things. Try to avoid some of the communicable diseases. But let's take everything we've got here as far as wisdom and community and try to make good things from it. And in the meantime, hope you enjoy Take It All and look forward to catching up with y'all again on the next live with Cheryl. Thank you, supporters. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, family, friends, everybody checking it out. And in the meantime, enjoy a little Take It All. You ever have one of those moments, right there, one of those moments when you realize something, hey now, you really need to shake things up. Bye-bye tightrope walking, I think it's time to strut. Feels nice. Silence clouds, school talking bozos. They've said enough. Shut up now. Oh, that's right. And forget fire breathing bosses. They can kiss my butt. I said and go on with the rest. And you can skip those 2 bits for payment. Go all worth and boldly claim it. Grab what's yours. Bye, everybody.